Okay, so there's not really much to talk about with this chapter of Fairy Tale. Now, I'm not saying it was a bad chapter. It was a really good chapter, really heartwarming. I felt the emotions and all that, but it didn't really leave much to talk about. And you know what? I understand what Mashima was going for with this chapter. I understood what his intent was. Up until this point, each chapter has been, really fast paced. It's been one crazy thing after another. And they need this chapter, especially after what happened last week with Makarov sacrificing himself. We need this chapter for everyone to address the fact that he's dead, for all the characters to sort out their feelings about that, and basically let the readers take a break. This is basically a chapter for us to catch our breath and, slow down the pace before, getting back into the fast pacedness that we got at the end of the chapter. But let's just jump right into it. Alright, so we see Mavis and everyone else in the Fairy Tail Guild mourning over Makarov's sacrifice. Now, Mavis automatically has a flashback to if you remember chapter 450, where Makarov was actually born, we had to see his birth. And when his mom asked Mavis to basically be like his surrogate mother and look after him, even gave Mavis the chance to name Makarov herself. She has a flashback to that, and she feels like she's failed not only Makarov's mom, but Makarov himself. Because she did kind of see Makarov as like a surrogate son, and she just had to watch her son die in front of her, basically. So she's obviously upset. She's crying her eyes out. And then I remember last chapter, after I got done reading it, people were just saying, oh, wait till Laxus finds out Makarov's dead. Wait till he reacts to this. I can't wait to see that, because he's going to go crazy and start going insane, killing people in every left and right. No, it's actually pretty heartwarming what Laxus does in this chapter to Mavis in order to help her get over Makarov's death. So in order to comfort Mavis, Laxus actually comes to her, puts his hand on her shoulder, and no other character could have done this. This was fitting coming from no one but him. He put his hand on her shoulder and tells her, we have to win this war now in order to honor his sacrifice. And we can't do this without you. So we need you to get up and lead us. And that was just such a nice moment from him right there. Like, his character has had so much character progression since the beginning of the manga. When he was first introduced, he was such a dick. And now he's someone who would fight and die for his friends and family in Fairy Tail Guild. His character just had like one of the most character progression throughout the entire series. It's also pretty nice and actually fitting to the character how Erza decides to honor Makarov's sacrifice. She gets down on her knees, bows down, and just like, she basically says, thank you for letting me be a part of Fairy Tail, thank you for taking care of me all this time, basically treating me like your own kid. She just thanks him for it, and it's actually pretty heartwarming. And it's actually pretty nice that fucking Zeref actually acknowledges Makarov's sacrifice herself. We find out when he talks to Irene that Makarov actually managed to take out almost 80% of their army. And he's like, wow, that's actually pretty impressive. Makarov, you had the heart to sacrifice yourself knowing you were going to die in order to take out my army and save your friends and family. That takes courage, and I respect that. But I'm still going to whoop that ass, though. I'm still going to whoop Fairy Tail's ass. So he's like, yeah, alright, fuck it, let's just get back to work. And then we cut straight over to fucking Natsu and Gray fighting. And it's just like, alright, last chapter they saw the light of Fairy Tail. They saw fucking Fairy Law's light go off. They literally stopped their fight in order to say, what the fuck is that? And they didn't even think, okay, that's where our friends are fighting right now, risking their lives. We just saw some fucking giant light. Last time we saw a bright light, shit got crazy. How about we go over there and check out, make sure all our friends are still alive before we continue this fight? No, they just said, fuck it, who cares what's going on over there? Continue to fight. And you know what? Admittedly, the fight is actually pretty epic. We got to see both of them going ham. It's actually pretty interesting. Natsu's flames, now that he has end kind of activated inside of him, his flames are turned black completely, so that's pretty cool. Even though Gray has like his demon form kind of going on, or his demon slayer form, where he starts turning black all over. Even though that's happening, his ice is still pretty much the same. The two of them are going like full force at each other, throwing everything they got at each other. And at the end of the chapter, when they're about to hit it with like a final punch, basically like how Natsu and Naruto and Sasuke were doing in their like little fight, Erza jumps in and just blocks both of their final attacks. It's just like, what the fuck are you two doing? And you're like, yeah, what the fuck are you two doing? Your fucking master, fucking basically grandfather just fucking sacrificed himself to save all your lives, and you're over here trying to kill each other? What the fuck is the matter with you guys? But again, it's pretty much all that happens in the chapter. Like I said, it's not really much to talk about. Although, I do want to bring up something that Irene said pretty early on. Alright, so when she was talking to Zeref and said that, yeah, Makarov managed to take out about 80% of our military force, but we still had the Spring 12 ready to fight, and our victory is pretty much assured because we had Spring 12. I'm like, okay, what are you looking at? What battlefield are you looking at right now? Because let's do the math real quick. Alright, the dead guy, the guy that can bring people back from the dead, Natsu took him out. So him and all three of the people he brought back are gone. Not to mention the fact that Guy Serena had already been taken out prior to that by fucking Guildarts, so he was already out of fucking play. So that's 4 members of Spring and 12 done. You got Demaria also taken out by Natsu. She's down for the count. She's not getting back up. Fucking Brandish was taken out by Demaria, and even if she's still able to fight, she's most likely switching sides at this point. So she's out of the equation right now. Then you also got the guy that Gray took out. Forget his name. The fucking other ice guy that was on their team. He's done. So that's 7 members of Spring and 12 done. Over half the Spring and 12 members. And then let's look at the people that are most likely going to get taken out pretty soon. You got the assassin guy who's fighting Mara Jane right now. I honestly don't know why Mara Jane hasn't already taken him out. Because he's pretty weak. Natsu took him out with 1 shot once he actually got serious. The sand guy, we already know the sand guy's going to get taken out because he's already been finished once. So someone else is obviously going to take him out. It's probably going to be a hard fight. It's probably going to be a hard fight because they needed to do a whole bunch of shit in order to take him out last time. But he's going to be done. You got the robot guy who we already know Laxus can take out no problem. So once Laxus and him be on the battlefield again, he's done. So let's see who's left in the Spring and 12. You got Irene, August, and that White Ragnail guy. Now admittedly, the 3 of them are a pretty big threat. Would give Fairy Tail and the rest of the guilds a run for their money. But let's be honest, it's already been pretty foreshadowed that August and Irene are going to fight each other. So there's that, and August will most likely lose that because he's already taken damage from Brandish when she was being mind controlled. So he'll lose that fight, so he's taken out. And even if he doesn't end up fighting her, he'll end up fighting someone like Guildarts or someone else who is like near his power level, who would most likely take him out because, like I said, he's already taken damage from Brandish. So he's done no matter what. We already know that Urza and Irene are gonna fight, which is no doubtedly gonna end up with Urza winning the fight because, you know, her power of friendship bullshit. Plus she's a main character, so you know she's not gonna die. So yeah, and that fight's already taken care of, it's solved. The only one left would be the White Ragnail guy, who we don't know what his powers are, so yeah, he's a threat. But since Zeref has to be the final villain of this war, you already know he has to lose. So Irene's claim that they're going to win the war no matter what with the Spring and 12 members, it's kind of bullshit. But I don't know, maybe you guys see something that I don't see in her logic. Let me know in the comment section down below. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Comment, like I said, comment down below what you think of the chapter and what you think of Irene's bullshit. And check out some of the other videos on the channel. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll catch you guys later.